Legends are made on Friday. We are here, Friday SHOT Show. You can see there's some more spots available because a lot of people have to go home, or they choose to go home early. No shade there, but not us, baby. Legends are made in that show floor on Friday. Let's go make some.
Palm pepper spray is next generation OC spray. It's hot at 1.4% major capsaicinoids, and its modular design means you can customize it exactly to you. 3 different setups, lots of different color combinations. You can make it exactly as you like. And the flip top safety prevents accidental discharges. It's 10 to 12 foot range and 25 half-second blasts. Make sure that you can keep that long range eye poke at long range. I trust Palm OC and I recommend it for everyone for self-defense.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, that's a bold
It's a bold statement.
I can argue for a sample.
John, it's the last day of SHOT Show. What do you got?
You know, okay, easy. Thomas is getting shot aids. We are gonna go wander the show floor a little bit. I'm always just looking for people to bless. I'm always looking for who needs a little encouragement today. People are tired today. Their knees hurt, their ankles hurt, their hips hurt. So love folks today. I know we're gonna stop by the Federal booth. I wanna look at the new 20 gauge flight control. That's pretty cool, and and we're gonna go over and talk to some friends, maybe some areas and companies that we haven't seen a lot yet. So today we get to make legends. Man, just look at how different the show floor is this morning than it was, previous days. Again,
it's almost placid compared to what it has been.
Yep, but the cool part of that, the reason I love it, okay, is because today, because it's quieter, you can sit and talk to people, right? And when the show's super busy like it is Tuesday, Wednesday, people are, I got appointments, I got a million things, I got 100 questions I got to answer. But today, it's, okay, yeah, man, let's sit and talk. And so you get an opportunity to sit and talk with people and really build some relationships. And that's super fun. So yeah, let's go do it. What's up, everybody? Last day of the show today, which means only the legends are left. And I'm here with Jason from CCI. He is their director of all their rimfire stuff at CCI. They have a really interesting new one. Now, I mean, every Midwest kid in America has shot tens of thousands of rounds out of bricks of 22, 40 grain, 22. But this stuff is different, man.
Yeah, this is a first truly jacketed. We build it with the exact same technology we do gold dot. So what you will get is a perfect mushroom every time out of a gun between 2.5 and 4 inch barrel, because that's what the majority of.
Yeah.
And you will get 9.5 to 10 inch penetration in calibrated ballistics gel every time.
9.5 to 10 inches of penetration out of 22 long rifle. Now, I know people are, and if you're smart about ballistics gel and you go, but wait a minute, we'd rather have 12 to 18. Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
and so is the 22 long rifle, even something really good, going to be my first choice? Well, I think sometimes you say, I would recommend more, but some people can't handle more.
I mean, my father is a prime example of this. Before he passed away, he had really bad arthritis. Mm-hmm. The only thing he can operate was a little 22 Bobcat that he carried with him until the day he died.
Right.
And some people, that is their option. And as well as especially new shooters that went out and they bought a 22 for the first time. They bought one of those 22 45s, and that is what their firearm is they have at home.
Yeah.
So our goal was to make that a relative firearm. If that is what you choose to be your carry platform, I am not telling you this is the most lethal thing on earth, but I am telling you this is the best 22 on earth to do that with.
Now we're with Chris Locke here, who is the Centerfire guy in the defensive cartridges, all handgun stuff.
Yep.
And I mean, you guys know, I've said this 100 times. If you're carrying a handgun for defensive purposes and you're not loading it with either HSTs or gold dots, why? Now, there are some reasons why you might say something else, but as a default, that's what you should be carrying. And you guys have probably done everything you can do to 9, 40, 45. That's probably done.
Yeah, there's some room for some technologies, but it's going to be based on specific requirements. Right, so it's when you look at the requirements and you pull the different levers and you weigh the pros and cons, because you want to bury your blind round, you're giving up something else. It's finding that right spot, right? But for personal defense, it's still that 147 grain HST 9mm. It's what I carry.
Standard
And
pressure
I
147.
shoot everything.
Yeah.
I shoot everything and compare it, and it's still what I keep coming back to. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think a lot of people, not a lot, but there's a niche, just like we talked about for the 22 uppercut, that there's some smaller calibers that folks are thinking about.
Yeah, and that's the benefit now of having those leading products and kind of the more common cartridges. It's giving me time to look at all the other, like what is everything everybody carries, what is the reason they carry it, and not as a manufacturer listening to them saying, tell me what gun, because obviously having the gun is the first thing, right?
Rule number one of gunfighting.
Yeah.
Have a gun.
Yeah, so we run into a lot of that. We did with the 22 punch when we first came out with it. Well, why would you tell people it's okay to use a 22 for defense? Well, because
people
that's
are
what they've
doing
got,
that.
and they're doing it.
Yeah.
As a manufacturer, our job is to make the best rock to throw out of it, right? So that's what we're trying to focus on now. We know enough about bullet technology now that we can make the best round for every cartridge. And Hydroshock Deep, that's in 380 and 38 Special plus P. Hydroshock Deep lends itself well to that.
Yep.
If I've got a little more energy to work with and I can get good upset size and good penetration depth, I'm going to work on the HST bullet more.
Yep.
If I've got something that just needs to be really well rounded, like 44 Special, we did it in punch. So we're just trying to make that best bullet for the best cartridge. And then this year we were focused on the mouse guns, right? Because it really changed things when we were looking at the 22s.
So now we're talking with Dan Compton, who is the shot shell director for Federal and the rest of the Vista family of ammo. I got an exciting one. Guys. Look, ready? That is 20 gauge flight control.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
Tell me about this.
Yeah, something we've been looking at for quite a while, and we were talking a little bit before, kind of low-hanging fruit from us on a product development standpoint, but we just kind of kept pushing it, so we wanted to see when the time would be right. And we were approached by a couple gun manufacturers who were looking to try to expand 20 gauge and PD, and then even some tactical duty type use.
Really?
So, and we see the PD side, so lower recoil, lighter guns, quicker on target, and so on. And so, obviously, to extend 20 gauge, flight control into a buckshot and hunting platforms was a no-brainer. We started with. We're going number 2 buck, so you're getting 10 pellets of number 2 buck.
10 pellets of number 2 buck.
Yep.
Now remember, number 2 is not number 2 buck. Those are different pellets,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
if you're not big into shotguns, remember the shotgun numbering for pellets and gauge and all that stuff was like ancient British 14th century weird measurements. Okay, so just deal with it. Number 2 buckshot. Number 2 buck is a great,
It's
great
solid.
round.
We were pretty. I was pretty excited about it because the guys, I'm like bigger's better. I want double aught, and
Sure.
like, wow, it's not going to settle well in the shell. So I'm like, well, just give us the goal. Like we're looking at 12, 15 inches of penetration, and with the 2 buck, we're getting that all day long.
Nice.
So it's great.
Now I know. So okay, I'm a flight control double aught number, 12 gauge guy, right? And so big things there. The flight control wad, incredibly important. The brass plated buckshot, incredibly important, so that way it keeps its form.
Yep.
And the buffering, the Grex material, right?
Yes.
So are we buffering this as well?
We are, yes.
So we have the full Federal flight
It's got
control
the full
round.
suite of technology.
And man, what kind of patterns are you seeing in this stuff?
We're seeing, we're trying to keep like extreme spreads, below, our goal is always 10, but it kind of grows a little bit more than that. We've shot it from everything from like little Mossberg shotweight defenders to full-length firearms, and we're kind of holding right around that, 10 to 14-inch extreme spread. So
at what distance?
At 25.
At 25, man, dude, if you're getting 10-inch spread at 25 yards, a 20-gauge shotgun as a 25-yard gun for defense, that's amazing. That's just fantastic. And still getting 12 to 15 inches of penetration.
So we shoot like, 7 feet, 21 feet, and then we always push it to 25 yards. It's kind of that, that deal.
Yeah.
So as your pellets get smaller, it does start to creep out.
Of course.
So they're going to start to give. So, but at your traditional home defense and personal defense ranges, it's pretty lights out.
Well, of course, it's all the way to the other side.
Having fun, baby, let's go. I'm just gonna go see a friend right now. Sometimes, it's not about getting great video products or whatever, it's just about saying hi to a buddy. Man, it's interesting seeing people tired, man, and everybody's like looking around going, what do I do today? We're gonna push hard all the way to the end, baby. We're not giving up, so we're heading downstairs. They call this the dungeon down here because it's a lower ceiling, but there's hungry folks down here who wanna make their name. Let's go meet them. Now see, this is smart. They're making it and serving it to people. That's smart. This downstairs is a lawless place. You just never know what you're gonna run into down here.
Yeah, I was thrilled when I saw, I think it was a picture posted on Sunday or something from, maybe it was John, and I saw you in the very back of the minivan, and I was like, yay! So what do you think for your first SHOT Show, Carrie?
Oh, it's amazing. Mind-blowing, of course, just the scale of it, but also the just the normalcy of it as well. Being able to, everyone is so kind and so relational. Some of my favorite members of SHOT Show actually come from this booth here. Getting to see you join the HK team is awesome to see. And then I got to share some cheesecake with Mr. Bill Dermody, and that was really cool
and
too.
that is really cool and special because ain't nobody getting Carrie's cheesecake.
True that.
So.
And he loves cheesecake too. So.
Did you know I love cheesecake?
No.
Of course.
Doesn't matter.
But I love food, but cheesecake's pretty dang amazing. I know I don't love it as much as you love it, but
I just might have to share sometime.
I know in the day that happens that I will have truly made it.
Yeah, so from a big picture perspective, Active Self-Protection is a self-defense and firearms training organization. We're nationwide and worldwide. We probably our core competency, we run 2 large YouTube channels where we teach every day. We're known for analyzing real-life self-defense encounters that real people get into, some badge cams of cops, but a lot more surveillance video of private citizens. We analyze them for lessons learned. We have a second channel that we teach handgun skills, shotgun skills, rifle skills, empty-handed skills, legal and moral self-defense, a few gear reviews here and there. And we have our own family of apps. We teach instructors. So our mission is that we teach good, sane, sober, moral, prudent people to protect their loved ones from criminal violence.
Yeah. And in just a few moments ago, I was talking with Stephanie and Carrie about the conference, which, so we don't need to totally rehash that, but of course, that's a huge part of you guys' mission as well.
Near and dear.
Anything you want to add about that?
It's just
like, what's your perspective of the Active Self-Protection National Conference?
I think it's the most fun training weekend you can have. There's plenty of great conferences out there, okay? And I've been to most of them.
Yep.
And I love them, and I think they have a place. I think the thing with the ASP National Conference is it's all to help abused and abandoned foster teens.
Yeah.
And so it's just got a different feel to it because people are coming together to help kids. And so the training is great, the classes are great, the range time is great, but it's the sitting around the campfire afterwards. It's
the worship together.
Yeah, worship together. We get up in the morning, and for those who want to come and have Bible study and prayer, they can. It's conference style. You don't have to go if you don't want to. Those kind of things. I just think it's a special time. So it's my
really
favorite
is.
week of the year. I leave it dragging like a dead dog, but it's worth it.
So does it make it awkward where you then have to look like everywhere except where you're not supposed to look?
We're in true road warrior territory now. Now everyone's tired. It's 2:30. Half the people in the booths are going to be moderately drunk at this point, and we're going to see if we can go find something fun in the dungeon because, I don't know, that's the title of our sex tape.
The function.
Advertisers. That's some bullshit. Excuse me, SHOT Show advertiser organizers. That is grade A bullshit. I mean, you always go A first, but if you don't have plan B, well then, what's wrong with you? So.
Somewhere else.
Hey, John. How are you doing, man?
Sorry. Hi, friend.
Hey, buddy.
How are you? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Hi, AJ, John, Korea. Nice to meet you. Hi, everybody.
John Korea.
Dennis from Nanook.
Yeah.
Jumping in to help and then got let go. I ran into him in the hallways.
On our way out, heading home, show floor's closing down. Great time. Got to pray with people. Got to make some great connections. Got to see some cool stuff. Got to help some folks with some hard things, behind the scenes stuff we couldn't get on camera, but important. My heart is full. My knees are shot. See you next year.